This morning, we are looking at the keys to prosperity. The keys to prosperity. There's so much that God has in store for us this morning, but I know that I may not have the time. The keys to prosperity. I wish I had a key to illustrate what I wanted to talk about this morning. Bunch of keys. Having the keys is not enough if you don't know what the keys can open. So you can have the keys to a safe that has £1 million in it. If you do not know, you might end this life as a pauper. So having the keys is not enough, but knowing what to do with the keys is what matters in life. So it's giving us the keys of the kingdom. And I'm going to be showing us one of these keys, or 2 or 3 of these keys, as much as time allows me this morning. So we're looking at the keys to prosperity. Brothers and sisters, what is the meaning of prosperity? Prosperity is not accumulation of wealth. Every time that you hear about prosperity, make sure that the first thing you think about is not wealth. Financial wealth is not the only definition of prosperity. As a matter of fact, financial wealth is the result of prosperity. Financial wealth, having enough money or a lot of money, is the result. It is the end result of prosperity. So, but prosperity is what? Is soundness. Prosperity in Hebrew means shalom, which means peace. Prosperity means welfare, having a good welfare. Prosperity means success. So it is not about finances. There are people who, every time they hear about prosperity, the first thing that goes in their mind is what? Money. No. So in 3 John chapter 1 verse 3, Apostle Paul began to say, he said, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prospereth." So Apostle John begins to show us about the prosperity of the soul. So he shows us that when your soul prospers, everything else prospers. When your soul is prosperous, everything else is prosperous. Why do you need the soul to prosper first for you to prosper in other things? Because the soul of a man is like the central processing unit of your life. The soul of a man's spirit is like the operating system of your life. The spirit is here. The flesh is here. The soul is in the middle. When the body sends an information to your spirit, that information will meet your soul first, because that is where your emotion is. The soul of a man, the emotion and the mind and all of those, and the will is in the soul. So when you prosper, anything that happens in the soul is what will determine what will happen in your life. So he says, I wish. It was a prayer. It's like saying, I pray that your soul prosper. Even, and then you can be guaranteed the prosperity of health, of physical health. Did you know that there are people who are sickly because of their mind? They've become sickly in their physical body just because something is wrong with their soul. What is happening in their soul has affected their body, that they are sickly. It's not every sickness that is demons. There are sickness that we can cause. Haven't you seen people who they just go to the lab or to the hospital? They did not know something was wrong with them. The moment the doctor says you have this, you have that moment they fall sick and never recovers. So when your soul is prosperous, everything prosper. That's why I say, when something is happening in your life, don't look for the wrong solution for the right problem. There are people who travel on holiday to deal with the soul issue. It doesn't work like that. So he says, I wish that you prosper, that you succeed. Every Everyone wants to be successful. Do you know why people have fans? You know, they say, I'm a fan of this person, or I'm a fan. Have you ever seen anybody being a fan of a failure, of someone that is a failure? Have you ever seen somebody say, I love this musician, and the musician is not even singing anything? Or say, I'm a fan of this person. Everybody. You know why? Because deep down in the soul of a man, there is a creature in you that yearns for success. That's why you want to identify with successful people. Everybody wants to be successful. Nobody wants to be a failure. Everybody wants to be successful, but does everyone know the key to success, the key to prosperity? And the answer is no. In fact, did you know that you are alive today means that you are already a success? That you are alive today. When our parents, when my dad and my mom came together and said we wanted to start having children, there is something called spermatozoa. Sperm, the sperm of the man leaves the body of the man, and then every time the man releases sperm, there are 500 million. When a man or a woman says, we want to have kids, so let's meet as a husband and wife to have kids. 500 million at the same time. It is medically proven. Travels at the same time to meet the egg of the woman at the same time. Now, what it means is that for you to be seated here this morning or watching me on the live stream this morning, 499 million sperms were terminated. And you are the only one that succeeded. You did not die in your mother's womb. When they were giving birth to you, there was no complications, and you are alive today. How come the sperm that succeeded or survived was you? How come out of 500 million, not 50 million, not 5 million, not 15 million, not 250 million, 500 million? When I understood this, when the Lord reminded me of this, because it's something I've known, that was the day I said, I'm going to stop taking my life. I'm going to start taking my life seriously. 499 million terminated. How come out of the 500 it was you that survived? There must be a reason. So you're already a success by default. For you to be the one to survive that battle is called the battle of the fittest. If you ever watch a video and see how those sperms struggle to go into how they struggle, go and do a medical video, you see. If you watch the speed at which they travel, rushing to go meet the egg, and you are the one that succeeded. Who told you that you are not a success? You are by default. For the fact that you are alive on earth, you are already a success. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But in life, everything is designed to operate by principles and laws in life. The cars that we use in the UK, most of them run on diesel or fuel. If you carry a 10-gallon of juice, orange juice, and pour in the car, and say, in the name of Jesus, I believe that the 20 gallons of fuel, God may do it for his name's sake. But that is not the way. It is not the principle. If you do that, do you need a prophet to tell you that car will develop problem? No. You can predict that it can develop problem. You know what that tells me? Success can be predictable. You know why? Because success works by principles. Anything that works by principle can be predicted. Everything that operates by principle can be predicted. The same way success can be predictable, prosperity can be predictable, failure can be predictable. Failure. Just show me how your life is on daily basis. Show me who your friends are. Show me how you spend your money. I will tell you without needing prophecy, this is where you end. you are like an accident about to happen. You see? But God designed you to prosper. I said, God designed you to prosper. Amen. In the book of Psalms, chapter 35, verse 27, we are talking about the keys to prosperity. Before, I'm a man that loves to lay foundation. I lay strong foundation so that when I begin to give you the keys, it will correspond. You will understand it. It will make sense. Psalm 35, 27.
Psalm 35,
right.
27. Let them shout for joy.
Let them shout for joy.
And be glad.
And be glad.
That favor my righteous cause.
That favor my righteous cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them say continually.
Let them say continually.
Let the Lord be magnified.
Let the Lord be magnified.
Which had pleasure.
Which has pleasure.
In the prosperity of his servant.
In the prosperity of his servant.
Amen.
It means that God has pleasure in your prosperity. God delights. A translation says God delights in your prosperity. Have you seen what poverty has done to people? Have you seen what somebody was telling me just last weekend that his sister's husband, when the sister when she finishes cooking, the man comes to count the meat in the pot. One said that, was saying that her father, when they were young, when they finished cooking the food, he would take it from the kitchen and go and lock it inside the cupboard in the bedroom. One said that because people were sharing what poverty has done to them, real life stories. One said that his husband was always putting the bag of rice in the boot to go to work, in the trunk of the car, so that they will not. One said that what the uncle was doing is that, you see the bag of rice or bag of gari, the man will use his hand and sign a signature on the gari, so that if anybody takes anything from the gari or rice, if he has signed his signature on the rice, if you take one cup, the signature will disappear. Poverty will make a good man become wicked. Poverty will make you master how to live with poverty than how to hope for prosperity. Several things. One woman said that when people come to their house, the husband will say, "Nne, go and look for food now." When she leaves the sitting room and go to the kitchen, the man will follow her and say, "Nah, this is too much. This is too much. Remove." So, God designed you to prosper. It is not the will of God that you carry bags of rice in your boot and go to work every day so that your children do not finish them. Listen, some of these men or people who have shared their stories about, some of them were probably doing it with a good mind. But it gets to a point it becomes wickedness. Imagine that one, and I'll finish with this example. One lady said that when they were young, when they come to school at 4 p.m., but they will not eat until 6 p.m. when they come back. That's the lady that said the father normally locks the food inside the bedroom because of poverty. Primary school child from school left 8 a.m., came back 4 p.m. You have to still wait. That's how so many young people got initiated those days, because of poverty. Because there's so much hunger, they will go to their neighbors and they will give them sweets and things. God designed you to prosper. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why